Good morning from Little Creek Bee Ranch. Ooh, it's quiet. I love it. Do the date here, May 9th, 2023, 7 o'clock a.m. We're getting ready to do a brick trick. This is a follow-up to the swarm we caught yesterday evening. So I thought, well, I will film this part. Excuse me while I cough. Fighting a chest cold. So we're addressing the hive in the middle there that has a towel on it. And we're going to pull the towel gently. And we're going to put 2 angled bricks on the porch. And that will help slow them down. It'll slow the girls down. You know, it's like tapping the brakes on them. An obstruction. It could be a limb or a piece of brush or something, but they tend to fall off easily. So we use house bricks angled over the porch. And I learned that a long time ago from an old beekeeper. And it helps reduce absconding rates. It's easy to do versus opening up another colony, grabbing a frame of brood and putting it inside, which works too, but extra work. Remember the easy button. Yep, accomplish the same task. Okay, so let's go forward a little bit so you clearly see. I've got 2 bricks in the back, pre-staged. I don't have to smoke anybody, nothing like that. This is pretty easy, quick chore. I actually prefer to be out earlier, but 7's good. Let's see if I can do it this way. They found a little gap here last night. Over here, they were coming in and out. Now, I still suppose they're still here. We will quickly find out. But we'll be genteel. Oh, that was really complicated. That was high tech. How about that? A lot of the low tech stuff is real efficient and effective. Now, what the heck? Now, if you're a part of our following and students and members of the PA program, you've seen me or heard me talk about this millions of times. But to those out there that maybe stumbled across us, this is called the brick trick. Helps to reduce absconding rates. They're kind of cool. I would suspect they're still kind of cool, you know, cold inside. And they won't come out until their colonies kind of warmed up. I'm just having a walk around looking at the tree here to our left. Now, the bees that you're looking at, the colony that I just did the brick trick on, are those my bees, the swarm I caught last night? I suppose they are. I will know better after I get to work with them and learn their attitude. Attitude is important. If they're mean, no, they're not my bees. So you have to remember something. Bees come in and go out. Swarms I'm talking about. They come into you and they go out. And you say, what? I know, hang on. Have all this apiary stuff, all these bees and bee boxes and frames and smell. It's the smell. And the swarms crossing the area can smell it. Particularly if there's swarm commander around. And they'll come hang up. Sometimes they'll come straight into a catch box. But a lot of times they'll come hang up nearby and then they'll scout the general area out in detail and then take up a house. So those are bees or swarms coming in. But swarms going out, they usually make a first stop about 40, 50 yards away. And that's what I think I have. is that they didn't get coalesced on the tree, the other film, and they ended up going over to the rose bush, or to the honeysuckle. So that's the brick trick. It's just angled over, it's not blocking. It's just meant to deter the exit, slow it down a little bit. I'll leave them on there, I don't know, at least 2 weeks to a couple of months. It depends on what I'm doing. I'm not in any hurry to take it off. So we never assume the swarm is there. We want to come out, it's 7 a.m. now. I'll come out this afternoon, maybe 1 o'clock-ish. And I will stand to the side and look at the porch and watch the travel off the porch, and that will tell me what we have inside. If there's like no action at all on the porch, like none, well, they probably left out of that little crack last night. They're smart, man. Never assume. You never assume with bees. You confirm. What's that Reagan said? Trust but verify. Yep, right. Trust but verify. So we hope they stay, you know. Never just assume that bees that you put in a box are going to stay. Let them confirm that to you. Yeah, I mean, nothing fancy. It was quick. I want them to be able to get on out. Oh, they'll warm up here and they'll come out. The sun's just barely cracking over the trees here. And this is a sunny area, and they'll be out if they're still in there. Pretty simple brick trick. It's a screen bottom board. They can still breathe. They got no resources inside but except what's in their tummy, the honey in their tummy. Now I won't feed these girls. I tend not to want to feed swarms because they're already going to be fast. So sugar water's like nitrous oxide, boy, just speed them up. And I don't necessarily want them going super fast. Swarms tend to grow fast anyway, so I'm not so inclined to want to make that go faster. Swarms can swarm, yes, I've seen that. Swarms can swarm. Remember, trust but verify. Yep, there comes a bee out. They'll see the daylight coming through that front porch. It's a pretty tight front porch, about 3/8 of an inch opening. And they'll come out and they'll kind of hover around. See, she's kind of hovering around. Like, this is my house. It doesn't take very long, just a few seconds. This is my house. Once or twice around the hive and out they go. Okay, so what's important about this? Never assume bees are going to stay in your box. Better have a strategy to deter absconding. Normally, traditionally, you go grab a frame of brood from somebody else and put it in on them. Yeah, that works, but that's extra effort, extra work. Opening up another colony, nah. When you can place 2 bricks like that, nah, that's cool. So there's my absconding deterrence strategy. That works nicely. One year, a long time ago, we had 21 swarms we caught, and we did brick tricks on them, only 1 left. Ooh, I'll take that, man. Years before that, I had a large number of abscondies like crazy. Like, what is going on? They just don't want the box. We'll go find our own home, thank you. It's bees, honey bees, man. And they're just super smart. Let's see. I'm not inclined to feed swarms. If they have a whole lot of foundation to draw out, I might give them 1 or 2 quarts of sugar water to help them pull out some wax, but that's it. This hive here has 4 or 5 combs, and so I'm not going to feed them anything. Just remember, sugar water makes them speed up faster. It's like nitrous oxide. Put the heat to the engine, man. So now I kind of want to tap the brakes on them a little bit. It just makes me work harder. I'll be back out here in 3 weeks putting on another box, and they can fill up quick. I've seen bees fill up double brood chamber through a queen excluder and another medium in under a month. That's stunning. Yeah, I mean, just like blazing fast. So respect the speed at which swarms build. Yeah, yeah. And what we're looking for still, is the colonies to stabilize. I think we're at that point. I'm looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 active colonies in this little apiary. So we want to get stabilized. I got a couple of dead outs to break down and clean out and turn into catch boxes, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. Stabilized. Once they get stabilized, like got no desire to swarm, they'll start building lots of fresh white wax. In the next inspection I go in, you'll be able to tell that. If you're really, really hungry to learn and you really like the more intermediate and advanced stuff, look at the acoustic beekeeping page on our website, littlecreekbeeranch.com, acoustic beekeeping. Study the little vignettes. There's a PowerPoint panel vignettes there. Go through that, study that. Very, very cool. Pay particular attention to Eddie Wood's timeline. Memorize it. Burn it into your brain. It's super important. Eddie Wood's timeline. The sister page to acoustic beekeeping is Making the Connection. Read that storyline. We did some acoustic testing on a colony one afternoon, and Apivox said swarm cells are present. Beekeeper needs to take action. And yesterday, or the next day, we opened up, did a tearing off shook on them, pull frames, and sure enough, there were 4 or 5 queen cells there. So I would highly, highly encourage you to learn Apivox smart monitor strategies. Acoustic beekeeping is what we're doing. Very, very slick. Very hard to ignore that. Very accurate. Let's see what else. If you want to learn from us long term, it's not enough just to watch our videos. Yeah, they're posted on YouTube. That's cool. But look at the personal advisor program. Now, we created that about 4 or 5 years ago, and that's taken off. Very cool, getting personal coaching and teaching over the phone, through Zoom classes, through different classes. Very, very, very powerful stuff where you have a personal coach to knock down the learning curve. It's the learning curve that's going to battle you. That's going to throw you in the mud, roll you around for a while. The learning curve in beekeeping is pretty tough. So the key to that is a personal coach, personal advisor. So we have a lot of members across the country. It's very cool. Bees don't know state lines or county borders, thank goodness. Bees operate by principles. So you may be in a different state from us. I'm in Northeast Oklahoma. You may be in Connecticut, whatever. The environments may be a little bit different. That's fine. There's something called Google weather, right? Easy to find out the environment. But the bees are going to operate the same. The bees are going to operate the same. So it allows us to teach outside of the state of Oklahoma in different areas. Yep, you'd be amazed. Traditional beekeeping is like a hobble on a horse. It just really keeps you from getting up and running really, really good. I know, I've been doing this almost 20 years, man. Trying to help as many people as we can learn how to be good, solid, sound, sustainable beekeepers. But the bees, the bees bring the high bar, man. But there's nothing going on with this. I know that. They're in cluster. They're in cluster right now. They're not ready to come out yet. They got to warm up, all of them. I just see I'm looking at a couple of porches. They got bees just hanging out on the porch. They're not ready to go to the field yet. A few, there's a trickle. It'll warm up and they'll start hooking it. Yeah, anyway, check us out, man. Facebook, we even have a private Facebook page for the personal advisor members. If you want to become a member of the personal advisor group, that's pretty cool, the program. It's a subscription service, $29.95 a month. We intentionally loaded the whole program with tons of value, man. You get free Zoom classes, you get personal coaching, you get conference calls, newsletters, personal question and answer periods. Man, we loaded it up on purpose. We wanted to have a tremendous value and excellent program. Cool, I think the Lord's done that, man. Just a lot of wisdom He's given us for teaching people. Okay, it's coffee time, man. I gotta go have coffee cup number 2, man. Get some Java. Gotta wake up. All right, keep following us, keep learning. Hope you'll join us in the advisory program. Very cool. Later.